back. What's up,
Ew.
everybody?
So,
I'm assuming that the tree is more than an hour away. Like it's taking us more than an hour to get to the tree.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think
I wanted to make sure that my hex, if I had my hex or not. I don't.
Yeah, I think it was 2 to 3 hours, if I remember right, from last week.
Jesus.
From the tree or from the front lines?
We were further away from where stuff was.
Were we? Have we ever been to the tree? I don't think
No.
we've been
No.
to the tree. No. Okay.
No. All right, so we're picking up. You guys are making it back to the. You want to go to the battle camp, right?
Yeah.
Where basically you spent all your time.
Okay.
It was about like a mile away from the front lines.
Sure. But either way, my hex is gone. Cool.
Yep. So you show up. What do you do?
I look around to see if I can find Eldrin and the rest of them.
Okay.
See if I can find what made them teleport out like that.
And does it sound like battle as usual? Like, I mean, I know we're a mile away, but I'm sure we could hear like echoing, like, you know.
A little bit.
Okay.
Not a lot.
Perception.
Not as much.
Not as much. Seems a little bit died down. I guess do your strength checks if you want to go up the rope to it.
Oh, we're going back. Okay. We're going there.
Right.
I'll go up first.
'Kay.
Strength?
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll it or?
No, you can make it because your feet are.
That's a 9.
Okay.
I'm
got it.
tired.
Ooh! I rolled a 15, which is a 13.
All right.
Heck yeah, strength.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Wick is apparently just exhausted.
Everybody's able to Wick's like,
We're
I'll go
also
first. Like you look down, like all three are like right behind you, like kind of like come on, make your way up top. So you guys get to the top. This is really where you spent 3 days or so in front of that building.
Okay.
And it encourages you to take it slow because you're clearly exhausted.
Clearly exhausted.
I'm fine. We need to find people.
Yeah, but we can't find them if you're splat on the ground.
I was splat on the ground like 3 times today. It's fine. I had a giant fall on me. You can't get more splat on the ground than that.
The T-Rex falling on me might give it a run for its money. Just saying.
All right, we've all had big stuff fall on us.
Do you see them? I don't see them.
Are we at the top?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
are
all
there
make it to
folks
the
around?
top. It's pretty quiet. You do see a few people walking around, but less than usual.
Anyone you recognize?
Anyone I recognize? No.
Okay.
Not even my
Well.
friend?
If you want to go into the building.
I'll go into the building. I'll
Okay.
go ask for I'll go look for my friend whose name I totally know.
Oh, hi Wick. How's it going?
We're looking for Ildren and some of the others. They kind of left the battle really quick.
Oh, well, I'm just looking at some books here.
You haven't seen them or might know what's going on?
I haven't left here for a while. Sorry.
No, that's a
Do you want to help me?
big
We got some new writing.
Maybe later. We have to find them and find out what's going on.
Oh, okay. Do any of your friends want to help?
I mean, that's not up to me.
I think you went in alone.
I don't think they do. The Sai is worried about something.
Okay.
I don't quite understand it.
Okay. Well, maybe you can find a book on it.
Maybe. If you
Do you want to look with me? We can go look, see if something.
If you see Eldrin, just let him know that we're looking for him.
Okay, we'll do.
I'll be back later.
Okay. She goes back to reading the book she was
I
reading.
think she's into you, Wick.
If you ever need me to stab somebody, you just let me know.
that stupid debt collector from way back when.
No questions
Oh my gosh,
asked.
the tax collector dude, he was the worst.
No questions asked unless it's me.
I need you to stab yourself, but it's okay. It doesn't need to be lethally.
There's a lot going on here. Let's move right past that.
Might be lethal.
You said it didn't need to be. Not that I couldn't.
I don't know. They're not. Nobody. She hasn't seen them.
Well, we should probably head to the tree then.
A lot of this doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Do you know what that wind was?
I have no idea, and nothing really ever came out of those woods over there.
So it's
But-
not like
but
some
they
sort of
immediately
signal
ran.
or anything.
Well, that's what I don't know.
I
Because
bet
like
it's
it didn't.
a signal of some kind.
It didn't look like it hurt anybody.
But you would think that if it was a signal of some sort, the elves in general would know about it.
Depends.
Especially if it's
Could
a
be
call
a
for
signal
reinforcements.
specifically for a command.
This is true.
But if it's a call for reinforcements.
We don't know that's what it is.
Let's keep looking and see if we can either find Ildren or someone who knows where Ildren is or someone who knows what's going on.
Is there an actual command center in this spot?
Yeah, we've been
Yeah, let's go there.
Let's go there, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, all the different times we've been in command rooms are running together at this point.
In
Yeah.
5 different cities.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Command tents are quite common.
Mhm.
So you guys are walking in. There are 2 guards at the front.
We were at the ambush, and Ildren and a bunch of the leaders kind of pieced out on us. Any idea where they are? Are they here?
Wait here, and one of them walks in.
Well, that's a sign.
Something.
yep.
Like a minute later, he comes back. You can join them. They step aside and let you through.
All of us?
Yeah.
Yay!
Seems like
Yay!
Let's go.
All right.
Can't write any of it down, but you're allowed.
I'm allowed to write stuff down. I
I
just
don't
don't get to take it with me.
All right. So you guys walk in. You see a lot of familiar faces. You've seen a lot of these, and basically this is most of and if anybody's anybody, like a notable elf or like a general, they're here right now. This is
Is Ildren there?
like a who's who. Ildren is here. Deltarian is here. The commander from the battlefield is there.
Is Dreth there? Is Vula there?
Vulin.
Vulin is there.
Can you just name
Drith
all
is
the
not.
elves you have names for?
I think
Pretty
that's
much.
what he's
Is King
doing.
Emmerich there? Oh wait, no. It's
No,
Vula.
that's no.
Blast from the past.
Um,
Throwback Tuesday.
Tuesday.
so you guys will walk in, and there's just some discussion, and it gets pretty quiet pretty quick when you come in. Sai, what are you doing here?
Well, we saw that all of you kind of disappeared. I mean, fortunately, the battle was pretty much in hand at that point, but we just wanted to make sure if there was anything that we could do that I was here for you.
Things have changed quite a bit.
What happened? Was it that gust from the forest?
Yeah. Well, Deltarian steps forward. Well, this is quite interesting. We'll need some help if you're willing to task and do another great service. We need to find out what is happening. We don't know.
What's happening where?
Well, the gust of wind, we believe, is related to Cryonax.
I had that written down.
And
I have that written down.
as
Oh, is that a thing I don't know?
you all are probably quite aware, that's quite bad.
What is Cryonax? I've heard the word, but
The Arch Elemental.
I think it was mentioned to us by Ildren, kind of in passing, but we haven't heard much about it in.
I think we
I
overheard.
I was about to say,
we
has
overheard
Wick read anything?
We overheard a conversation that
No.
we weren't necessarily
Mhm.
supposed to hear.
Okay.
That's how I got the
Yeah, yeah.
information. Yeah.
And Wick
And then
knows even
Ildren said
less,
it
I
later,
think.
and then said he said too much, and then stopped talking about it.
But I think Wick knows even less than you guys because I think that was when I was gone.
Yeah, it might have been.
Because I don't have that
Some of
name
the
written
weeks kind of run together because it's one long story, you know.
Oh, great. You don't seem to be in any condition right now, I take it?
Information would be nice.
But no, I don't think we're able to leave immediately. I think, give us a couple hours.
Okay, well, why don't you all go rest, get ready, prepare yourselves
For what?
for an incredibly dangerous mission.
Any more details?
I will either come myself or I will send somebody to give you some explanation. Just go rest, and we can talk.
Is there a specific type of preparation he can decide what spells he has? That sort of thing?
Unfortunately, we're not sure.
Well, I try.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Well, we have to get back to planning. Thank you.
See you in a little bit.
And by little bit, you mean like 6 hours.
Yeah. 8 hours for me, obviously. I need my 8 hours.
You need
Once we get out of the room, I kind of turn to the group and I go, what did we just stumble into?
our death.
Well, I mean, that's always been a thing that would happen no matter what. It's just when and where. And whether we impact anything before then.
So it's obvious they don't, well, they have an idea of what's going on with that wind, but they don't know for sure.
Are they implying it was some sort of elemental?
That's what it sounds like. Arch elemental, they said?
I've never...
I don't even know what that means.
Do I know anything about arch elementals?
You wouldn't. You would know a little bit. There's not much known about them.
Yeah.
But you would like hear like rumors and fairy tales and stuff of things of like incredibly power elementals who reside in the elemental planes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not ooh. Not ooh.
Sounds exciting.
Wick would be like,
No, thats not a... Those are where they're the strongest.
I mean,
Do they have a
maybe
particular connection to elves or just...
Well, and they're clearly not in those planes right now because we felt the gust, right?
I'm wondering if
There's spots where
they are... If this one is from the element of air, the plane of air, or wind, whatever it is. I'm tired.
Let's get more information in the morning and we can talk after that.
Yeah.
I hate to make any
I don't
assumptions.
assume... I'm making the assumption that it's not the plane of fire, because that wasn't a warm gust of wind.
No, it definitely wasn't. The nice thing was that all the goblins and hobgoblins seemed to be as surprised as we were.
You can be surprised when something works that you didn't think was going to work.
this seems
Or you
to
don't
be,
know about.
This seems to be top brass knowledge only.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's sleep, and they'll wake us up and give us information, and then we can go probably die, because elementals are mean and scary.
There's a lot of mean, scary things out there.
Like giants and T-Rexes.
And dragons, oh my.
Again, we're always going to die on this job.
I didn't sign up for that. I very much tried to stay home. Finally. I'm going to bed.
Me too.
Well, if it's going to be tomorrow, I kind of like the fact that it's going to be with you three.
I kind of like the fact that it's going to be with Halcher.
Burn.
somehow.
Really?
I don't believe that.
I'd rather we don't die. I'd rather all of us live to see this through.
Yeah, but Valcher and I were having a moment.
Happens so rarely.
I was trying to have a moment with everybody, but fine. I'm going to bed.
Our last moment was a lot more deadly than this one.
Wick goes to
Wick-
bed.
Wick
And
goes
it's
to
like,
bed.
why do I
What
say
goes to-
anything like happy about you or like positive about you guys?
I regret
It just
the
gets
positivity.
ruined.
Right.
It just gets ruined.
I immediately cast regret. Yeah.
Bed.
Bed.
Yeah,
Bed.
bedtime.
I'm holding you back.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
There's something
about
that
to
you
get
just
sassy.
said that rubs me the wrong way, and I want to make sure that you know it, because this is in regards to a conversation we've had earlier.
Yeah.
knowing that this job is going to be the death of us, that might be for you. That's not for myself, and it sounds like it's not one for Wick.
All right.
So, especially with something that intense, I would appreciate if you would at least speak for yourself and not for all of us.
All right. Realism not appreciated. Understood.
This whole thing that, with all of us running back, it felt like we were running to our deaths. We weren't being smart. We were being emotional. And I get that from Sai's perspective. This is his homeland. This is his group. You don't seem to ever be happy with the Elves, so I'm kind of not lumping you into this. But it's the same thing that I told you before. If we want to actually be helpful, we need to not be dead. I don't know if you're the right person to bring this up to. You were just the last one who said something.
You know it could happen, right?
I absolutely do. I'm the one who is probably dead right now. That hits me the closest to actually being dead.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make sure that all of you, the Elves included, that we don't die, and that the Elves have minimal damage. We need to not be running headlong into these battles, taking out the biggest threats that there are. We are decent at it, but we don't have the sustained power. And this wind scares me, because it's something we don't know. It's obviously something that no one knows, and we're getting assigned that.
Yeah. Sometimes there's nobody else to do a job, even if the people you have aren't particularly qualified. Gotta work with what you got.
Yeah.
We're what they got. We're not qualified. That's fine. I made my peace with that a long time ago.
You may have. I have not. I'm still fighting to be alive.
Yeah, you don't see me keeling over. I carried you all the way across, like, the caverns underneath a sunken city. Whatever. I don't want anybody to die, but I know that this kind of job, this kind of thing where we're trying to fight a literal god, there's like 99% chance we all die from it. And the goal is to make a difference before we do.
Yep. And we have. But we also have done that by being at least somewhat smart. We're still not running into these unknown situations. We've had some sort of information. Going into something completely blind, not knowing what we're going to come across. We have a guess. And how are we going to prepare for a guess?
How do we prepare for any other day that we don't know what's coming?
We do a scouting mission.
Well, we'll find out in the morning what it entails. My guess is we'll have something to go on. I'm irritated that they didn't give us anything to go, like, to prepare for overnight, but whatever. I don't get to make that choice. I would have preferred they gave us a briefing tonight.
I think we all would be.
But they didn't. So we just have to face the fact that whatever it is that they're sending us to is either so powerful or so important or so secretive or so scary or all of the above that they're not telling us about it 8 hours in advance.
And that they send a group that has one elf in it. To me, that feels like, hey, you don't belong here. Can you take a look at this? I think we've proven our point that we can handle ourselves in a lot of battles, which might be why they're doing it. I'm hoping that's the case.
We're also good at getting into weird places, like fortress toilets.
Changing a dragon turtle into a dragon.
Yeah. God, it's a good thing Eldrin saw that, or they never would have believed us.
We are powerful, but I think we're powerful in bursts.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have a good sustained advantage in really any fight that I've seen.
Yeah.
So
level us up.
Level 9.
I don't really have anything
Look,
more. I just wanted to make sure.
I get your perspective. I know that not everybody is comfortable talking about the fact that death is pretty clearly coming for us. But I don't know, that's how I make my way through the world. And it has been for a long time.
Being real is good. But don't focus on the realism. As weird as that sounds, if you're saying that, hey, we're going to die on this mission is real, you've already resigned to the fact that you're going to die on this mission. If you think that we can make a difference, it's a vastly different thought, but it's going to help propel you forward more.
Do you propose that I focus on the people that don't get to be at this battle? Because I'd rather focus on myself maybe dying than those that I know aren't here. I can shrug my own impending death off with a laugh or a beer or a high five with Sai or whatever. But when you peel that away, we're partially in a dire situation because a lot of people came for us and they're not here anymore. And they never will be back, and it's our fault that they're gone. Would you rather me focus on that? Because I won't be nearly as functional if that's what you have me focus on.
I would rather you focus on the people who are here, who are alive, and us protecting those people. As soon as we die, we can't protect them. But as long as any of us are alive, we can. And we are. What we're seeing right now is war. War does not look good. And what we're seeing right now are warriors on the battlefield. There are a number of people who are back at whatever the place we were, the actual city. Navut. There's a lot of people in Navut who don't fully know what's going on here. There's families, there's travelers, there's merchants who are completely oblivious to what's going on here. I would say, because that's what I focus on. I would focus on those people and making sure that they are safe. And keeping them safe. And keeping them completely oblivious to what's going on.
But I can let those people down, and I can't let me down.
I can't change your perspective. I can only disagree with it. I take a big swig of whatever I have in front of me, whether it be alcoholic or not.
It's super alcoholic.
Immediately
Water.
drunk.
No,
It's
man.
water.
Yeah, good.
And a quiet sound just kind of nods at Valchar and heads to bed.
Belcher will probably wait another like half hour and kind of reflect on that and then head to bed.
Okay. Everybody take your long rest.
Woo!
Heal up.
I mean, we didn't need it, but we'll take it.
You don't have to take it if you,
You
don't
don't
want.
have to tell the
perfect.
DM every sarcastic thought you have.
It's a disorder. I don't want to talk about it. Is it weird that when you guys were talking about when people back in Navut were oblivious, I kept thinking about Keyleth?
I know, I was like,
I'm like,
I was
she's
like-
oblivious to everything.
I was like, she can hold her own.
Yeah.
I messed up my dice.
I'm sorry.
All right. Everybody good for the morning?
Yeah. Belcher's gonna be quiet for a little bit because he's got to figure out his spells.
Wick is gonna be writing in her journal.
Right. Yeah. You don't have.
No, like this, like very specifically, like not obviously. She's not like on the table like writing notes about stuff.
Hmm.
She is like in her lap in the corner writing.
You have that. It's not a feat, but.
No,
What
I don't
is-
have that yet.
Oh, you don't.
No,
So you're not taking a long rest.
no, I took a long rest. This is like in the morning
Oh,
after we
okay,
wake
okay.
up.
Gotcha.
Wick is gonna be writing in her journal.
So after like your 6 hours of sleep, you can get up as early as you can and just start writing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So in the morning, Deltarian Stormsong shows up.
I've heard of him.
Wick, he kind of comes into view, and you hear in your mind. You ready?
Good morning.
Morning.
I don't know if all the others are awake yet.
Can you get them?
Yeah.
Bring them to your library.
Okay.
He exits.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
She will take her journal and slip it down the back of her bag and all the way to the bottom, and then go and wake the others, or get them and bring them to the library if they're already awake.
Sounds good. So you guys enter. It's just Deltarian, and you see his normal kind of slowly shifting eye color is just like a constant like white with just like blue pupils.
That's good.
Oh, young one, he goes and casts, and like you have some like cake blood on yourself, and he just goes and it all cleans up.
That's how elves do that. Oh, you got a little smudge.
Yeah.
A little
Let me
schmutz.
just get that.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Okay. Well, what I'm about to divulge to all of you, and this is a safe area, I've prepared it, is one of our most kept secrets. And I believe that if you're willing to take on this risk, it is something that you should know, and you can feel free to ask questions.
Wick pulls out.
Some questions.
Oh, come on. You know I can't bring any of the information out anyways.
Exactly one of the things I wanted to remind all of you. This cannot leave the forest.
Big secret.
And I will ask that this not even make its way to other elven ears.
Oh.
So really big secret.
Where to begin? Okay. The elemental planes are a chaotic and uncivilized place, but not in a bad way. Everyone kind of does their own thing. There aren't people, as we like to call. They're mostly elementals and animals that just go along with their lives. Each elemental plane has one arc elemental. Think of them as what we would consider a god. Somebody who rules over, who has generally a lot of power, and can keep stability and keep the elemental plane from falling apart or merging with another plane. kind of helps keep them together. Now, let's go back about as far back as human history goes. You may be familiar with some of these. So, the Great Primordial War. So, before that, there were 5 very powerful houses in the realm. Those 5 houses were incredibly powerful and held a lot of the weight here. They found incredibly hard to find magics and rare items and created items and really sought a lot of power. Now, one of their mages eventually figured out a way for them to visit other planes. And so they decided to start going and exploring and colonizing these other planes. Some of these planes were the elemental planes. This is where they found their way to. They started plundering and taking the resources and just taking what they could, colonizing and oppressing anything they came across, gathering tremendous amounts of power and wealth, bringing it all back here. After hundreds of years, they started to really threaten the existence of these planes and had grown so powerful that they threatened the planes themselves. And the Arc Elementals decided to take notice and fight back. Individually, they were not strong enough to take out the houses, as they could move between the elemental planes rather quickly. But they found out a way to communicate with each other. And they decided to start attacking together, quickly overwhelming the 5 powerful houses. And really unhappy with how they have been treated, they basically started forming colonies and collectives, and with hierarchies and order, and the arc elementals at the top, and started forming these roving bands of elementals into commanders and military troops, just out of the need for survival. Now, once they had secured their own planes, they thought it was a great success. But Cryonex, the Frost Arc Elemental, wasn't satisfied. He wanted the 5 houses to pay. So he worked with the other elemental planes to start attacking this plane of existence, our plane of existence. Many of the Arc Elementals sent their strongest and some very, very powerful elementals to wreak havoc. This is what you would call the Great Primordial War. Many races were wiped out of existence. The 5 houses retreated to their homeland here and were able to defend themselves on the attack. But mostly it was the other races and the other colonies here that suffered. But through combined efforts, we're able to hold back the majority of these elementals. Cryonex wanted to take this even further. He decided to visit this plane himself, being of incredible power. Because he knew that without something extreme, that the elementals would not be victorious and would not wipe out humankind. So he visited here, in the Rithral Forest. This is where he landed. The others thought it was too risky and decided to stay in their elemental planes and just send what they could. He devastated the elves en masse. Thousands upon thousands he killed and slaughtered without hesitation. until there was a small group of highly skilled elves when Elf was almost on the brink of just being wiped off the face of the earth. Came up with an idea. One elf named Erevan came up with a plan that he knew Cryonax would eventually win, and he knew that something had to change. So he devised a plan to lure Cryonax to a heavily enchanted part of the forest, while the rest of his group went to the Frost Elemental Plane, fought their way to Cryonax's lair, and Erevan fought the creature one-on-one, knowing all well that he would fail. But what he managed to do was to take a shard off of Cryonax. Having it all ready, he was able to teleport it and himself to his allies in the Frost Elemental Plane. The group then, empowered by the old gods, cast a spell which removed them and Cryonax from time, basically freezing them in place. They gave up their own life force, and it created a bond between the two. The Frost Plane, the Mortal Plane, connected, both frozen for all eternity. And through this great power and sacrifice, they were called the Seldarine. They've been honored and worshipped ever since. Now, that was the Great Primordial War. The rest of the world did not know that Cryonax visited, and if it wasn't for the elves, he would have probably destroyed the entire world. In the years to come, hundreds, thousands of years, the elves figured out how to channel the power coming off of Cryonax. And they used that power to create the All Tree. This has provided the world with a new source of magic not given by the old gods. This was given by the ingenuity of the elves to create this tree and draw the power from this arc elemental. The biggest problem here is that there is a link between Cryonax and the Seldarine. And we're not really sure what is happening in the Frost Plane. There was a group of elves known as the Frost Elves that dedicated their lives to living on the Frost Elemental Plane and maintaining and controlling the world there to keep order and peace without the Arc Elemental. And they can only do this with the Shard of Cryonax and the power that the Seldarine have brought. And so it's been their responsibility, and we haven't had any communication from them. We don't have the magical ability. No one knows how to travel between planes. And really, we don't know what's going on there. And that burst of energy that you felt, the frost, means Cryonax may be waking from his slumber. Because without order, peace, and a controlling force in the elemental plane, it will shatter eventually, and it pulls Cryonax back. And if he's released from the spell, I don't think we can stop him. And so this is one of the most guarded secrets that we have. This is the reason for the All Tree. And if the knowledge was known, then this would be a much higher target for those 5 houses. Which, as you all know, still exist to this day.
So we need to go to the elemental plane and make sure that everything is in order. Because if everything's in order, then Cryanax won't come back, right?
That's our hope. We don't know. We have every available elf looking. The goblin invasion has slowed, leading us to believe that they may have figured out a way to make it to the frost elemental plane.
I mean, there's a spell. I've read about it. I've never seen it performed. I've never even talked to someone who has. But there is a spell. It's very, very powerful, though.
So, when you say that these frost elves have been maintaining control of the frost plane, how much does that look like the colonization and oppression and murder of the previous version of elf incursions into elemental planes?
That all depends on how they're handling it there. We have no contact. But our worry is that the biggest problem is the black tiefling, as you know, is that he hasn't been seen.
Oh, God.
Our worry is that he has found a way there and is working on breaking the connection to release Cryanax into the world.
He is powerful enough to make a difference.
Okay, I know we've gotten a lot better since the last time we faced him. I mean, we've fought dragons, we've fought a necromancer, we've fought lots of giants. He still almost killed us. With a swipe of his hand, he almost killed all of us. And now we're gonna go into a plane that we don't know how we're even going to get there, much less get back. And fight him and possibly an actual god? Is anybody else feeling like this is a little crazy?
Obviously.
Cool.
Is it any crazier than anything else we've done?
Yeah. Very.
If it wasn't on the frost plane, would it be any crazier than anything else we've done?
Yeah?
Would it be any crazier than anything that we've done intentionally? Yes. We've come across unintentionally some of these crazier things.
That's a fair distinction.
The other big difference that I'm personally facing is a lot of the crazier things we've done, whether intentionally or unintentionally, it hasn't actually just been us. And it sounds like you're intending it for it to just be us going there. It doesn't sound like you have a lot of people to spare anyways.
Everyone who can be used is being utilized to do this. As of the blast, we have sent everyone out to look. We're holding the bare minimum on the lines, and if the goblins and hobgoblins do a full assault, they can probably overtake us at this point. But we have no other choice. You are not alone. You are in a great number searching. We don't know where to go. We don't know what to do. We don't know how they made it. We don't even know if they made it.
I'm going to say a thing that I know at least you won't agree with. This is why information is important. There could be other people who actually know ways to access this plane or have already accessed this plane but didn't know what they were getting into. What if somebody accidentally went to this plane or on purpose went to this plane and then accidentally set this guy free? Because you guys are so secretive that you couldn't even tell a story about a hero who sacrificed his life. That's information that should be out there.
If that information was out there, all the evil people in the world would come here to try to let him loose.
You don't have to know all of the information, but there's a great evil that tried to attack the world. Not just the elves, the world. And an elven hero sacrificed his life.
That's not really your choice to make, though.
Is it really that evil?
Well, I mean, if you're going to attack an entire world that didn't do anything to you,
I'm sorry,
yes.
didn't do anything to you? Did you hear the story about what the elves did?
The elves, yes, but it sounds like he wasn't after just the elves. He was going to destroy the entire world.
Well, it wasn't the elves that did anything. It was to start the fight. It was the 5 houses who oppressed and
Are
traveled.
those not elves?
No.
Oh, what are the 5? What are the 5?
Yeah.
houses?
Okay. What are the 5 houses?
I'm sorry. I'm very confused. What are the 5 houses?
Okay. Do you know? You should know.
I mean, I would assume Wick would know, but player doesn't have this knowledge.
Okay.
I thought it was like 5 elf houses.
No, the 5 elf.
Gotcha, okay.
I might know, but I have not written anything down, which means I probably don't know.
Take
Or
a
at
guess.
least I probably
Take
have
a
not
stab.
been told. I'm guessing they're the leaders of the elves.
No.
Or at least one of them is.
The 5 houses now call themselves the Thalamar Empire.
I was wondering since Ilian had the house, whatever.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay, that tracks.
So again, it's now he's attacking elves who didn't have anything to do with this. The point is like, yes, what happened to his plane was bad.
Slow down. Take a breath. Chill.
Information is important. You have control of information. You could alter facts so that not everything gets out. But the information that there's this great, strong force, evil or otherwise, locked away on a different plane is important to know, because then people don't accidentally unlock said strong force.
You don't think the Thalamar Empire would immediately try to enlist it?
You're assuming that they don't
Oh.
know this. If they were the one who knows what could. What
And you
things could
assume
be.
a lot of good intentions. On
None
the
of this
people
is helping
who
right now.
Have the information.
None of this is helping right now. None of this is going to help Crynax from destroying everything, okay? So let's focus on the problem and focus on how to solve it.
The problem is we weren't given information beforehand.
We are given information now. When you are running an empire, you can do whatever you want with information.
I don't
Currently, you are not, so let's focus.
We believe that there is more harm out there than good, and that the other races would not show the type of strength and morality that we have in hiding the fact that the Arc Elemental is here, that it could be harnessed for power, and that destruction could happen if there are strong enough evil forces which have already proven the ability.
Hence the Black Tiefling.
The Frost Elves have all dedicated their lives to service when leaving. They left their home to go to a elemental plane and survive for the good of everyone in this world.
How did they get there? The Frost Elves.
The Seldarine figured out how to transport between planes.
They didn't pass any of this information along before leaving.
No.
I mean,
They didn't want it. They didn't want anyone to know as few people as possible.
those are your gods now, right?
Right. We worship them.
So in theory, we could just be like, "Hey, yo, elven gods, bring us to the frost elemental plane," and maybe they'll listen.
Fancy elves tend to prefer fancier language than that, though. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong.
They are not alive. They are not dead.
They're
They
gods.
are not gods. They are mortal elves that are frozen in time. To the best of our knowledge. They don't answer anything. They've never.
So you pray to gods that don't actually answer. Oh my god, I thought elves were smart.
That was really rude.
I'm sorry.
Are you done?
Having a mental breakdown? Probably not, but sure.
Alright. Nothing has come back from any of the other scouting parties. Or any of the other parties looking for information on how to get into the other plane.
No one knows.
Would opening a door to the other plane have left any residual effects? any way to track anything like that?
We're not aware.
Well, if it was somehow, as Wick mentioned, done magically, theoretically that would be Pupia, right?
That's what I was thinking. She's our best bet.
Papia?
Pupia.
That's the magic one.
Yeah.
Possibly, but
I mean,
maybe.
we probably know a mage who can cast that kind of spell.
I don't think he's listening any more than the gods are.
The magic granted and the abilities granted to these hobgoblins and goblins is nothing short of a charade, a loan of power. The power doesn't exist with them. This is something bigger.
You said that the tree is connected to him?
Good.
Well, the power, he resides under the tree, and the tree was created out of his magical energy and grown over thousands of years.
Just a random thought. Have you guys tried to open up some sort of portal to the plane there?
No.
Might be a good starting point. It's an obvious connection to the plane. If you're drawing
That's gonna
power
be the
from
next
him,
point.
We're going to look to the best that we can, but we don't have that type of ability or spell. No one knows anything. We have all of our top magic users looking into it.
So, is what our first mission supposed to be? To go try to find a source to let us into that? Is that
Find
what we're
out
starting with?
if they've found anything. If they
Okay.
have, get that information to us so we can send everything.
Who did you send to Papia's area to look? That'd be the first place that I would look.
We've sent many a party out to many different areas. We have hundreds of elves traveling to different areas looking.
Okay, well, I think we should start there.
So we're looking for the potential connection that the goblins or hobgoblins have forged, not attempting to forge our own.
Correct.
Okay.
Because that poses the largest threat. If they've reached the frost plane and they're threatening the connection, that's more powerful than just simply overwhelming us.
Rick pulls out the map. Which one is hers? Which one are we going to?
What time to be alive?
Lost technology at our fingers.
Yeah, but you gotta be able to know which freaking section you're looking at. I mean, he'll point to it.
Okay. Well, we know where we're going.
Which one is it? Thanks.
So you guys have always been traveling like northeast. Hers is northwest. So it'd all be pretty new territory.
And I'm assuming, at least for this, it's just the four of us?
Well, I can provide assistance if you would like. If you would like some accompaniment, that can be provided.
I think that we'd be able to get it done on our own, at least finding the information. However, any assistance that you can give would probably speed things up, and it seems like time is of the essence. So we would appreciate that.
Okay. Who would you like to bring?
Ildren has been a big help so far.
Yeah. Is he available?
Unless you have a super strong magic user who can also come with.
We already have one. I have prestidigitation.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you thought I was going to say you?
No.
Oh, that's on me.
I knew better.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not like
Ildren.
40 people in the party can cast spells.
Ildren can accompany you. I believe my place is better spent here. if
Okay.
you do find something,
We have ways
I
of
can join
contacting
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
I'm also usually not going to be preparing that because I need all these other things too.
If
There
we
are
if
other
we figure
ways.
it out, we will come back immediately. We won't do anything on our own. We'll come back and let you know. You'll be the first person to know outside of our party.
perfect.
All right. Well, no time like the present.
His eyes kind of flash, like start doing the rotation again, like standard. Okay, well, any other questions?
Not yet.
Then I will. He flicks his wrist, and you kind of now hear that before it didn't really set in, but now you can kind of hear some noises from outside. But before it was completely silent.
If I were to write a letter to someone, would you be able to get it out of him?
You can give it to me directly.
I don't have it right now.
Okay.
Yes, I can facilitate that.
Thank you.
Belcher, I know this is a slightly sore subject, but you should consider having the communication spell all the time in case we are captured and have a short amount of time to communicate information. You don't have to, it's not instructions, I can't tell you what to do, it's a suggestion because that could happen.
Yeah,
Starting tomorrow.
If I end up taking that, then I'm gonna be probably sacrificing some sort of attack.
It's up to you, but I just want that to be a facet of what you
I
consider.
I will depart and leave you to discuss. If you need
sorry.
if you need anything, do not hesitate to ask us.
Send Eldrin when he's ready.
Elgin will be ready when you are.
Of course he will.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Help me through.
He nods and walks out.
Well, we got more information than most people now.
I think there's something big that we're going to also end up needing, just kind of based on how our encounter went yesterday. I only have so many spells.
Yeah.
If I'm tapped, do we have...
Elgin walks in. Well, I hear you guys need me some more.
Always, big guy.
I'm going to kill some more elves. Or, sorry.
Jesus, Brett, chill out.
Sorry.
Wow.
Too many characters running.
I would like to insight check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, make sure this is actually
I don't
Eldrin.
think we need to anymore. I think we're good.
Sigh.
Psych.
You're
There's
going to
a
kill some more
possibility that-
goblins.
If there's any possibility... I know we're tapped on supplies, but if there's any possibility that anyone else can also keep themselves alive, that would help us in the long run.
Yeah, well, I always keep myself alive.
I try. You could take a lot of hits.
It's true.
Honestly, that's most of what I use my magic for is sneaking and healing. I don't even use any of the hurdy stuff anymore.
That's what I use most of my magic for too.
What do you guys need?
The most obvious thing would be any sort of potions to keep people alive, but
Okay.
every
What else?
every time we go, okay, that worked out better than I thought.
Magic weapons?
I mean, it's not worth asking.
Exactly. You miss every shot you don't take.
Honestly, on that kind of that same idea, if there's anything that can help enhance my magical abilities, whether it be being able to cast another spell without actually having to use it, or enhancing the power of some of those, or...
Okay, well, I was kind of referring to if we're going to the frost plane.
Oh.
We need anything, but
I mean,
I'll see what I can do.
probably
First, we
warmer
need
clothes.
to find out where the entrance to the frost plane is.
I've been with you guys long enough, you'll find it. Screw those other groups. We'll find it.
What a
Before we go-
bizarre quarter to find optimism from, Ildren. I appreciate you, you weirdo.
You dumb idiots will get it done.
I
Thanks.
think that was a compliment.
You'll get there.
Appreciate it.
You'll get her done.
Yeah.
She might also get us done too,
I
though.
don't know.
I think this might
I
be
don't care
finally
who
the
you
time
are,
to
this
use that
one right
potion of
there.
clairvoyance at some point, though.
It might be. Well, it might be probably better later.
What about warm
In
clothes?
this.
Yes, in the
The
All
grand
right.
scheme of things.
I
the
think we
grand
need
scheme
that
of
once
this.
when we start heading out there. But
Hey, if I find this, I'm going through. I don't know about you guys.
well, not right away. We need to come back and tell HQ.
Well, this guy'll tell him. We're going.
There's a lot of reliance on
Need
that spell.
need warm clothes and firewood. Then I think it's gonna be cold there, right?
All right.
I think it's called the frost plane for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, I do have our bag of holding.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get on it. Get ready.
All right.
He leaves the room.
But,
So
you
it's
can
one of
get
the
your
sorting
hands
trip.
on a pearl of power for Valchar. That would
You
be
get a
great.
pearl of power.
Was it
You
like
get a pearl of
Stone of
power.
Ioun, or like
Pearl of
those-
power, you can recover like a spell slot or two
oh,
without having to take a rest. It's very useful for clerics in particular.
mm-hmm.
And they're
Who-
not
who
actually.
doesn't do stabby
They're
stabby?
uncommon. They're not that rare in
I
terms
do
of
stabby
magic
stabby.
items.
That's why you don't need it.
They're a pretty easy level early level magic item.
What are you guys gonna do while he's gone?
Twiddle my thumbs.
Wick is going to put
Panic.
away the journal she was taking the notes in, go into her bag and pull out the other journal and tear a page from it and start writing a letter.
Okay.
This might be a good time if take that idea and run with it.
Which idea?
Writing to somebody.
Oh,
It's a pretty good one.
You asked Riff
anybody else
lately.
needs paper.
You asked Riff lately about that thing.
No, I haven't seen him in a while. Actually.
See if he's around.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ask
She'll pull out a quill. and
somebody
hand
and
it.
see if Drift is around.
Okay.
Just magically right.
I'm assuming he was in that room yesterday.
He wasn't.
Or wasn't.
Yeah.
You said anybody who's anybody. Drith is somebody.
Well,
He's not like a commander or something.
He's somebody though.
Well, technically, he is somebody. Yes.
Thank
I'll-
you for
I'll
saying
just-
I'm right.
ask somebody
Okay.
if they know where he is.
They won't know.
Alright, I'll ask when Eldrin gets back. I'll ask.
Anything else? Well,
I'm just writing that letter.
Same.
Okay.
Wick and me.
I will
Paper.
also
Good to
write
go.
a letter.
okay.
Here's a piece of paper.
All right.
My last will and testament. I will leave my 50 gold.
And it's like, I leave these 600 some arrows I have in the bag of holding. Wick can just keep them.
I sigh. Leave my warm socks to Enna. Burn everything else.
Including the gold.
Including the
Oh yeah,
socks.
no one else gets
Including the socks.
Well, that's how they get warm.
I love it, like
Okay.
the fancy rapier. Nope. Just.
Oh no, that gets burned with me.
Yeah.
I'm
That
pretty
doesn't
sure
burn.
that fancy rapier goes away when he dies. It's tied to his soul.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So you guys wait for about an hour. Ildren comes back. Opens the door. All right. Well, got you some firewood. Kind of hucks it to you.
It's a lot of firewood.
Put it in the bag.
Some clothes
Like the end of
for
the Jenga game.
everybody.
Just,
Did you find
yeah,
clothes
put
that
it all
fit
in the
me?
bag.
Yeah, we found some children's clothes.
I should have seen that coming.
Yeah. You have to cut the legs off of the children's clothes.
Got some for the half human too.
Tell me that.
It went with a high five. That counts double.
Oh, it counts double?
It's only
Oh, for
it's
sure.
only because I love you.
Yeah, I know.
You're only at like 8 right now.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta step it up, Ildren.
We've only had like one real one. That was that jerk face elf scout
Right.
Mm-hmm.
who died in the camp, probably.
Yeah. Sucks to suck.
Oh, that sucks. It's not on here. I forgot. But we do have a nice little note that Teddy crafted for me.
Yeah. The potions.
Hey.
Those lovely, lovely healing potions that we oh so desperately need.
He'll go, all right. One for you, one for you, one for you, 2 for you.
Roll a dex check to see if you drop it.
She just held the bag
You
open.
get a potion, and you get a potion, and you.
Another for you.
Oh, thank you.
So you guys, you're just gonna throw them out random. You guys split up however you want. 2 potions of healing, the base one. 2 potions of greater healing, and 1 superior healing potion.
You have the superior.
I'll take one basic, and that's all I want.
Okay, basic.
That puts
I'll
me
take
at
a
2
basic.
basic potions.
Okay.
Puts
So
me at
that's
1 basic.
The 2 basics went to you.
Yeah.
You have the superior, and we each have one of the greater.
We each being.
You can die.
Okay.
If I go down, one of you better put one of those in me.
Or a healing spell.
Fine.
We'll give you some water.
Some
And
tepid.
because I
goblin
know you
toilet
need it.
water.
He flicks like a little like jewel. Flicks it over to you. And not because you said anything, because I already planned it.
But 100% the thing.
I did a roll between that and another item. There were 2 of 1.
And of course, I get nothing again.
You best be attuning to
I am-
real
Well, we
fast.
both know it's because you don't need it.
I'm initially identifying it, which is going to give me that anyway, and then attuning to it.
Okay.
So, greater
Still don't
potions.
need it, doesn't mean I won't use it.
There we go.
All right, Sai.
So I have greater superior.
Picks up a stick. Here you go.
Yes!
It's a magical wand of smartness.
Yeah, no, nothing.
It's not
changed.
working!
It's got to be
Nothing
put
changed.
in through the ear.
No, we need him to be able to hear. No. We need him to be able to hear. Please don't do that. Loath as I am to admit it, he's pretty good at spotting a threat. We need him to be able to hear.
All right. Well, there's our supplies. We ready to go?
Yes.
As ready as we're gonna be.
All right. Let's head out. He starts leading you guys out and walking over to the rope to go down.
I rolled well the first time. Let's see how this one goes.
Okay, everybody's going down.
Yep.
I'll go down first.
Sure.
Ooh, natural 20.
Do I wish one I would
Nice.
I
Strength.
slide down.
Strength or acro
You,
or
you
athletic.
roping AF.
Yeah, I slide down like a sailor or something.
Ilgen struggles a little bit more than you'd
Well.
expect, but makes it.
Ildren, get out of your bear form.
If it's one of the strength ones, that is a 9.
Dirty 20.
Everybody's able to make it down just fine.
Gravity works with me.
I'll yeah.
Slow fall. Damn, 1 spell.
All right.
It's like 3rd level too.
80s shopping montage. One for you, clothes, try it on.
You put the boom.
It's too big.
We go back to, actually I want to go back to the trading tree, to one of those fancy places and be like, big mistake! Like, pretty long.
All right. You guys get to the base of the tree.
Put some an iconic scene.
Where are you guys going?
Wick plotted it out
Northwest, yeah.
on the map how
We're
to
going
get to
to
that.
Poo Poo's
that-
palace.
Yeah.
You want to Puppies?
Puppy
To eat poo-poo platters.
Yeah, Poo Poo's
So
palace.
Wick has plotted it out.
Okay.
On all the way.
All right.
We're
Cool.
scheming and plotting.
Let's start traveling over there.
Travel montage.
Even more fun than the shopping montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
So, well, I gotta ask.
So glad we thought of the same songs.
Did you do anything with your letter?
She has it for now.
Okay.
There are 2 letters.
You haven't written, but you just held on to them.
Yeah.
Which one is the
Okay,
one that
just
says
making
"I
sure.
am in love with you"?
Oh.
The one that Anna
Weird.
wrote.
No, nope. Nope, that is
Oh no, I'm sorry.
not-
That's the one Valchar wrote.
Valtar and Ildren both
Makes me
wrote
feel
you
all
up.
warm and fuzzy
Both wrote
inside.
you Valentine's. Sigh.
Wick is just like, Sigh, I leave you nothing but pain.
So the usual.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Did you want to ask Ildren?
Yeah.
Anything?
Like,
Oh yeah, I would ask Ildren about dress before we left. Sorry, spaced.
That's fine. Well, yeah. Drith would have been sent on a similar mission as us. He's out.
Alright.
What do you need him for?
He was looking into something for me. It's fine.
It might be a while.
That's okay. It's been a while, so it's fine.
Yeah, besides,
It's not a
who
couple
needs
weeks.
information when you're dead?
All right. So,
It's
Nobody?
fair.
how are you guys traveling? What you doing? Specifics.
I think we're. I
Wick
think
would have
we're-
first shown the way to Ildren because not as quiet or stealthy, should probably not be in the lead.
I think
but
that
has
that
plotted it
we're
out.
not really stealthing until we start to get close and until we think we're in dangerous territory. The usual.
Okay. So you guys are gonna go around the front line and like you're kind of going the same way, but then
But to the left
instead of
the
coming
right.
back, you're gonna like keep going up.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So Ildren and who in the front?
I'll go up front.
Ildren and you, or do you just want to do it yourself?
No, I'll go up front with him.
Okay. All right, give me stealth. Natural 20.
Everybody?
No, just
Okay.
these two.
15.
Okay.
On a 6.
That's nice. Plus 9. So you guys travel. Well, let's actually do the rolls. Okay.
Yeah, you get attacked by 13 hobgoblins.
Oh
Where's
boy.
the next dog?
All of them have frost.
What's a long list?
Oh my god, they're frost guns.
Oh my god, you're right. Right.
It's like Mr. Freeze.
So you guys, as you guys are going, perception check, Mr. Sai.
24.
Pretty damn good. Okay, so you guys, after you get past the front lines, and you're probably about 30 minutes in, you spot a patrol coming through the forest, like 35 feet ahead of you.
Are they coming like towards us or perpendicular or?
So you guys are straight, kind of at, I don't know what kind of angle that would be.
Gonna like intercept
Like
Towards us diagonally.
yeah.
in an obtuse manner.
Oh boy.
Like they know
Actually,
we're there,
I
or
think
like
yes.
they're just heading in the direction past where, but it like
Diagonally, but towards us.
Yes.
I'll tell everybody. I'll do one of these to everybody, just like a. Psst.
Clink, 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 clink.
Oh god. All right. Stealth checks in from you guys. You three.
it's the waiting to see if I get advantage
Ooh.
or not.
Ooh.
Another natural 20. Just wait till we start fighting.
Yeah. Eldrin used his natural 20. You use it.
Oh, that's better than me.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I rolled.
Yeah, I know. You rolled better than, or you rolled worse than me and did better than I did.
It's a 27 after bonus.
They see Anna and that's it.
It's literally you told Wick to get down and she crouched and you just hear the clank 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 as her armor clinks together.
Everyone is too obviously like too obvious that the person who's really hiding has got to be the one that's up to no good.
So
So
starting trouble in your neighborhood.
So Sai gives you kind of the motion to like get down, and Ildren, Sai, and just all, and then like Valchar is like trying to give his coin to Wick, and he flicks it, but it like ting, and then like Wick goes to catch it in her like the metal pauldron or whatever, like the metal glove you have, ting.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But that first ting was and spell.
And then you kind of catch, and then like as you look, and like you see a couple faces poke out, and just like quickly disperse into the foliage.
Can I shoot a spell? If at those faces, or were they faces that I knew?
Give me a straight dexterity check. Let's just see how quick. No. Actually, hold on. I don't want to just keep doing the same type of rolls. I hate that.
My spellcasting ability is charisma.
I'm gonna charismatically.
I'm gonna reflex charismatically.
Where are they?
Jazz hands spell. Wait, I'm not a bard.
Yeah, how
bad.
quickly can you jazz hands?
Yeah. That's a dex check.
No, that's a
It's a dex check to see
That's a
how-
performance
see how
check.
jazz
Thank
hands
you
are.
very
Are
much.
you Sparky Pilastri? Yes, no.
No, probably not Wick.
Give me a charisma throw. A charisma check.
Now one.
Is that
That
now on?
So
With my modifier, that's a 5.
Best laid plans.
Tyler, you can only give people so much. Sometimes
I know,
you gotta do
right?
something
Yeah,
to
like
themselves.
that one.
You gotta help those who can
I'm
help
trying
themselves.
not to just give you dex checks because that's no
No,
fun.
that's
But
fine.
I think it.
I rolled a nat 1. Either way, it was not good.
Right.
Yeah, it's either
So-
a positive 6 or a negative 1.
Positive 5. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
So right with that check, I'm trying to check your mental agility and see how well you go with the flow. Like you're
I
like
will.
you see them, and then you're like, okay, let's cast a spell. You see them, and you're all like, what should I do? What should I do? Let's cast a. Where'd it go?
Ah, shoot.
This is
Uh-oh.
what I get for trying to be charismatic. Man, I should have just been smart about it. Use my intelligence. Why am I not a wizard?
And so they just kind of like go off on the side and disperse.
Cool.
What do you guys do?
Since
Keep
my hands are already
Yeah,
out, like
I
I'm about to
mean,
cast a spell, I'm going to reach over and cast protection from evil and good on Valchar.
Okay.
I'm going to
That was
start
totally
kind of
the plan
moving,
the entire
try to
time.
move a little closer to Wick because I feel like if she gets attacked, I want to be ready to go.
Okay.
Protection from G&E.
Stay where I am. I'm keeping an eye out. As soon as something starts happening, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on these people.
All right,
Wait, that was
Ildren
my job.
is
Via arrow.
Never mind.
Not with a nat 1 today.
actually.
Yeah, you forgot all
Yeah,
about
no one can see where Ildren went. He just kind of he rolled nat 20 in his stealth. If you don't want anyone to see you,
What
it's
is
the
his
same.
what is his score with a nat 20?
I
Just out of
think-
curiosity.
63. I'd have to check.
Or for 60!
I just want to know if he
probably
stealth so hard he went into a different campaign.
So as like
I think it's a
Sai
26.
starts to move
Okay, not
away,
quite.
as like Sai starts to move away, I'll just give him a little bit of a tap so like he knows where I am or something. And then every time.
And so you pause and just kind of stay stealthed, listening. Oh, it's actually pretty solid. Why don't everybody give me perceptions? Because you're just going to be looking and thinking. And
23.
God. Ooh, wow. This dice is like on fire.
My dice are finally making up for all the horrible
Jeez.
times. I'm actually doing pretty
27.
I legit. There's a good story reason for why this is happening, but like.
16.
What's your perception?
Okay.
It's +5, but I'm in the forest, so I get another +3 because it's my proficiency. I have expertise.
So you hear a little, like a twig that snaps. Only you two hear it. You just both glance over, and you see like a cloaked hood, like kind of dart in between a tree.
Can I?
It's significantly closer than where they were originally.
I would like to keep an eye out on it, and then if it gets close enough, I'd like to jump out and surprise it with a blade. in the face.
Not with balloons and cake.
Did this cloak?
Surprise!
I mean, can I get a judge on
I'm a turkey.
whether this cloak looked like elven make?
In the face.
Or
No,
if
so
it
these,
like, do I think this is a goblin something? Do I think this is foe or friend? Basically, okay.
you think it's you all saw kind of a glimpse of them
Okay.
as they were scattering, and you saw
Yeah.
that they were like larger than goblins, but definitely kind of like goblin like orc face. So.
Okay, so definitely. So I was just making sure we hadn't run upon like
Green skin.
other elves out
Right,
there.
no.
Okay.
I should have been more clear with that.
No, that's fine.
That you're going to
I figured
surprise
I wasn't sure.
You
'cause
messed
it was a
up.
quick
The dagger.
glimpse.
Fired.
Okay, well we're gonna call it there for tonight. Then.
Yeah,
I've been
so
fired.
I will
And on the hat.
ready my. I'm not mad. It's fine. Like I got a quick glimpse. I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell. So I'll just have my bow and arrow ready and keep an eye, like try and track.
Okay.
There.
And
Same.
pulled my short sword
Does it
out.
look like it's heading towards Wick?
From the space, it looks kind of like it's circling around. Like it was here, and like you guys are in the middle. It looks like it's kind of like you saw it right here. So
Yeah.
it's kind of circling around.
Yeah. If I know that it's
Trying to flank.
a bad dude, I would probably just jump out and attack it.
Okay. Well, you see it for like a brief second, and then like it's back in between.
So
you don't
it's-
have like
Is it
constant
behind
vision.
a tree, according to what I would think?
You,
If so,
you
I'll probably
like
go
see
up to
it
the
kind of
tree.
go because of your really high perception. It has a good stealth,
Yeah.
but your perception is even better. You see it kind of like go between tree and like you hear like a crack of a little branch too.
We're
Okay.
not able to like track it. We
Right.
just got that one
Okay.
little moment.
I'd probably stay still then and keep an eye out on Wick.
Okay.
Stand in the middle in her shiny splint armor.
So then you guys hear and kind of from the original area where you saw that, you see a large like kind of like ogre hobgoblin just like start smacking the trees and just start running towards you.
Yeah, okay, this tracks.
And that's where we're gonna call it for tonight.
That's bad.
I feel like that's
That's
Wick's
really bad.
catchphase lately. Yeah, okay, that tracks.
Yeah.
Whenever something big comes like hurtling towards her.
I honestly keep rolling on the checks. Usually I set the DC pretty damn high because I don't want it to be like, you guys rock in the woods fight. You guys rock in the woods fight. Like, but I keep rolling natural 20s. I'm like, well, yeah, there's a patrol,
Nothing you can do about
a
it.
4 and a 4 or whatever it was. I'm like, well, they Rex spot you guys and
7, I think. I don't remember. 9.
they had
It was
like
it was a number.
10, 11, and like 16 for perception. And so, yeah, that's
Nothing
what
you
we're
can do
gonna
about
call it for tonight, and we'll
Cool.
pick up there next week. Thank you to all the new people who are watching and all the old. I really appreciate all of you guys taking your time out of your Tuesday nights to come spend with us. That's makes me very happy, and I'm sure it does everyone else.
Yeah, definitely.
See some drama llama, see some fighting.
No,
some joking.
soccer llamas.
Soccer llamas.
Yeah.
Soccer llamas.
Oh, that's a whole different accent.
Yeah.
No, that's
Please,
French.
please give us a subscription and catch up on our YouTube. We really
Twitch
appreciate it. We would love it. Twitch Prime, we actually can
Twitch
accept it, even though we should be demonetized from all of this. We're
We probably
still
are.
technically able to be monetized. So
And it's free if you have Amazon Prime.
It's
You
free.
already pay for
We
it.
haven't yet broken Twitch's terms of service.
Also, don't forget to check out our Facebook page. We have that
Yeah,
lovely,
no, that would.
that lovely full campaign summary.
Mhm.
I actually need to go take a look at this
Oh,
just to
God,
see
please, no,
what
it's
on earth
terrible.
it
It's
is.
terrible.
Like,
I made
wow.
an appearance partway through.
And I dropped my umbrella because Jane showed up while I was still filming it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We will talk to you next time. And if you're on the stream, we're going to host somebody else. So please stay on for like one more minute. And for YouTube, take it easy. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep. See you next week.
Bye.
I believe the